Well, hello everybody. I want to talk about gratitude today and how it has been a major factor and major contributing factor for my success and my well-being in this country. If you are new and if you are missing home, if you are constantly comparing how things are here. For me, it's United States. I came here 40 years ago, and I am a citizen now. I've been a citizen for decades at this point. It's been 40 years since I've been here, and I've been a citizen probably for more than 25 years now. But at the beginning, I think it's a human nature to compare things, how things were back at home. Apples smelled different. Strawberries smelled different. That olive oil had a different distinct smell than what we find here at the grocery stores. So those sorts of things that there were a lot of comparisons, and I think part of that is just a regular, just being homesick, missing home. But after a while, that gratitude kicks in, and that validation of, at least for me, why I came here, why I made this major move to come here from Istanbul, Turkey to Southern California and made a wonderful living. And it worked out well for me. I can't say that it's been easy. I had my struggles. I had my difficult times. I still do. But I do address them with practicing gratitude. It really helps me. I'm just a grateful guy. I really, really am. I am very grateful what my environment has to offer me. I'm very grateful for my life. I have two generations here now. I have my daughter and I have my granddaughter. So three of us make three different generations, and we all have different levels of processing things and different levels of practicing gratitude. I am 56, my daughter is 34, and my granddaughter is 8. So we all have a different way of appreciating life at different levels and looking at it from different perspectives and different dimensions. It's easy to get negative. It's easy to complain about stuff, especially with all the social media and what's going on with the government, the world economics, and everything else. It is always hard to sometimes find a happy spot and just live and remain in that happy spot, not just bounce in and out with some anger and frustration and negativity. Just want to use a quick example. Recently, I was sitting back and concerned about how much taxes I am paying. Like, oh my goodness, I have earning all this money. I have different sources of income. After these incomes are coming at the end of the year, I sit down with my accountant and, we are going over some paperwork and how much money I am paying in taxes and why am I paying all this money in taxes. And I also have a conversation with someone from Istanbul and my cousins and such. They are telling me from a percentage perspective, we don't near pay that much taxes, both income, real estate, and such. And, you get frustrated a little bit. And then I start to realize, like, if I just step outside of my home here, I have like parks that are walking different distances I can take my granddaughter to. They all have updated and well-maintained slides and teeter-totters and all kinds of, kids' park toys and equipment. I have 4 fire stations. I had to think about that. I've been living in this home for 20 years now. This is my home office. I have 4 fire stations. If I have a medical emergency, or if there's a fire or something of that emergency nature, fire department will be here probably within a few minutes. We are serviced by Orange County Sheriff's Department here in Mission Viejo, where I am at. If I have some kind of a situation that requires police presence, they will be here within minutes. And roads are pretty nice outside. Landscaping is very well maintained and manicured. And street lights are always on. The lighting, not the stoplights. Lightings are always on, and there's always a sense of security when you're either walking or driving. And I start to realize, that's where my taxes are going. Paying for the police officers, paying for the firefighters, the paramedics, the engineers, and the captains, the people who are upkeeping those parks, maintaining all that toys and such for my granddaughter. And I'm just talking here at the local level. I'm sure it kind of gets out to the municipality, to the county, county to the state, state to the federal level. So some of the spending can be justified why things are the way they are in a good way. I'm sure I can always sit there and find all kinds of negative things about how the tax dollars are being spent, how they are being wasted. But rather, I prefer focusing on the positive aspects of it. It just gives me a different sense of gratitude. I just used taxes as an example. It may not be applicable. It may be. It was just recently what I was considering a few months ago. How much taxes I'm having to pay for all the hard work I'm putting in place. But that's just one little example. Despite everything else that might be going on in social media, in the news, and everything else with the current government, and all the scrutiny about where the tax dollars are going and everything else, we are just hearing all that noise. I got to be able to step back and remember where I came from, which was a wonderful town in Istanbul, Turkey. I didn't have 6 parks. I didn't have 4 fire stations and police departments, and the safety was certainly not near what I have here. And I feel that, and I'm very grateful for that. And I gotta feel that, I gotta live that. And that level of gratitude has given me and provided me different layers of benefits. First and foremost, I guess I have this emotional resilience that I built. I have this level of endurance when things get kind of negative and I'm grinding every day. Just being able to practice gratitude and positive mindset gives me a better emotional level of dealing with things. I have this mindset of this too shall pass. I just need to remain in gratitude. That is my emotional resilience that practicing gratitude every day brings me. Another one would be like, there has been quite a few times that my mental health wasn't so well. I was kind of negative. And I was allowing lots of outside issues come and bother me. And by just remaining in gratitude and practicing just being grateful every day allowed me to get out of that funk where my mental health improved in a very, very positive way in the past decade or so. Also, through this, being a grateful guy, being a happy person, I've been able to connect socially with better connections, both personally and professionally, and also athletically too. I have been doing some swimming, biking, and running, multi-sport activities. I still participate in lots of triathlons, and I've been able to connect with lots of great athletes, very like-minded people. I'm just very grateful that I get to swim, I get to bike, I get to run, and doesn't matter how fast I am. I just am very grateful my body at the age of 56 is able to do that for me. And I take care of my body, but it does start with mental health. And that has a lot to do with my gratitude in life. And so this gratitude allowed me to connect with some really good, strong social connections in a positive way, professionally, personally, and a lot of good athletes that I have met over the years. And just that mindset, that happiness, that just being a happy-go-lucky person that I am brings different connections to me. Also, another one would be my adaptability. I adapt very quickly at certain things, especially when things are not going well. It's easy for all of us to look at the negative, or we can always find something wrong with something. But by looking at the positive a little bit closer, a little bit wider, and a little bit in like a three-dimensional way, we can find that we are able to adapt to that situation faster, whether it be a new neighborhood, a new grocery store, new job, new person, new colleague, new director, new vice president, or a new neighbor, whatever the case might be. Having a gratitude and practicing a grateful mindset allows me to adapt to the environment a little bit easier, and my days are a little bit easier and happier. Another one would be a sense of belonging. I definitely feel like I belong here. Like just practicing gratitude and count my small wins. Still today, I learn new words. I've been speaking English for 40 years. I have another video on that. I learn new words, new acronyms. I'm in the tech industry, so learning never stops for me. But allowing myself to learn and be grateful that I am able to learn and comprehend new things. It could be the way I express myself in English, the way I can present something to my executives, or it just could be something that I explain something to my friends and family and my neighbors. Allows me to have that belonging, like I belong here. I can talk to talk, I can walk to walk. And that gives me a great sense of belonging here. And after putting all of these things together that I just counted, it gives me, finally and most importantly, in my opinion, a great level of motivation and hope. When I wake up happy, it shifts my focus to positive things. I embrace my day. I can get my arms around things that I get to do. I fuel myself. I fuel my motivation. And that motivation comes from a discipline, which I am extremely grateful to be that disciplined person. And let's not forget, discipline, I believe someone said, having to do the things that are important and beneficial to you, even when you don't want to do those things. You see, that was a new thing I learned. I'm grateful for that. That goes back to the belonging topic that I had earlier. So yes, discipline. I do things that might be difficult, that might be hard, that I may not want to do at the moment. But I know if I did, I would be receiving benefits from it and it would be good for me. So that discipline gets at the top level, brings down a level of motivation for me, and that motivation starts with my gratitude. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about this for a while, and gratitude is good. It allowed me to adapt to who I am today in this country. I'm very grateful for the way I think, the way I live, the way my mindset works. I consider myself very healthy, mentally and emotionally. And once we have the mental and emotional health in place, physical health comes naturally. This allows me to build stronger and more positive relationships and allows me to live a much, much better life. Anyways, I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and talk to you soon.